were underage secretaries, and can you expound on that?
Yeah, well, I guess they were, because they were there. I seen them. I seen them myself. It's all true. It's all true.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
It's what?
I said Malcolm alleged that some of Elijah's women were underage secretaries, and can you expound on that?
Yeah, well, I guess they were, because they were there. I seen them. I seen them myself. It's all true. It's all true.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
It's what?
I said Malcolm alleged that some of Elijah's women were underage secretaries, and can you expound on that?
Yeah, well, I guess they were, because they were there. I seen them. I seen them myself. It's all true. It's all true.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
It's what?
I said Malcolm alleged that some of Elijah's women were underage secretaries, and can you expound on that?
Yeah, well, I guess they were, because they were there. I seen them. I seen them myself. It's all true. It's all true.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
It's what?
I said Malcolm alleged that some of Elijah's women were underage secretaries, and can you expound on that?
Yeah, well, I guess they were, because they were there. I seen them. I seen them myself. It's all true. It's all true.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
It's what?
I said Malcolm alleged that some of Elijah's women were underage secretaries, and can you expound on that?
Yeah, well, I guess they were, because they were there. I seen them. I seen them myself. It's all true. It's all true.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
How many, what it do, JP, Ira JQ, Mr. Gonzalez, I'm here. Keno, Benjamin, Tom Mack, what it do? We got to stay on their neck with the facts, man. And before we stay on their neck with the facts, we have the gentleman, Lincoln, Curtis, Gerald Hawthorne, ladies and gentlemen. Lincoln, Curtis, Gerald Hawthorne, ladies and gentlemen. The shop is officially open. Oh, man, I would want an encore, but it's bedtime. Encore, do you want more? Man, your fingers, that's what's that, stiletto? What is that called? Stecco? What is it called? Staccato, man. That's getting better, man. Woo, you getting better. Cut the fan on, man. You got daddy feeling good about himself tonight, man. I appreciate you. Love y'all. Mommy's in the building. Kennedy's in the building. And they going to bed. Peace. Hey, love y'all. All right, man. I appreciate you. Oh. Y'all don't want to look at the piano. Y'all want to look at my ugly black ass. Anyways, man, I appreciate y'all coming through. I know we got a late start, man. You know, one of my great friends, as I told you guys, his son is in a high school basketball game, and I mentioned that Lincoln is falling in love with the game of basketball. So as he goes, so will I. You get what I'm saying? So we went out and watched some basketball today. So we will have some late shows this season because I'm definitely going to support him and his son as much as I can. That's a guarantee. So, and as we should, man, we should all support our brothers and sisters, man, that supported us. You know what I mean? When we was going through stuff and we needed support, you know? So, but yeah, man, hopefully everyone's having a great Wednesday. Today is Wednesday. And, the Golden State is playing the Phoenix Suns right now. Phoenix is up. And end of the third quarter approaching. Yeah, he's getting better and better, Tony. And I appreciate you recognizing that, man. His goal is to get better. I'm not comparing him to nobody. His goal is to get better and better and better. And he'll decide what he wants to do with that later. Oh, man. But anyways, man, welcome to the show, man. Boxing is on fire with the topics, man. And I'll start with the show with this, man. I heard Terrence Crawford interview with IFL. It was a 9-minute interview. I still ain't watched the Kate Abdo interview yet. So maybe this weekend I'll watch it. No, I got an hour in the car tomorrow, so maybe I'll cut it on. But I didn't watch it, but I watched the IFL interview. And he's back to his passivity. You know what I mean? He's very passive in his approach. You understand what I'm saying? And I would like for him to be more assertive towards wanting to fight Errol Spence. You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying he doesn't want to fight him, but when I appreciate you, Josh. You know how Errol Spence said, you know who the fuck I want. I'm coming for that motherfucking belt, Terrence. Terrence. Hey, that motherfucker, he should come up with a shirt that got Terrence on it. It should have a lot of R's in it. Is it Terrence? Yeah, it should have a lot of R's in it. Terrence coming for that motherfucking belt, Terrence. That should be a shirt. And I don't like how passive he is about it, you know. And I would like for him to be more assertive as it pertains to wanting the Earl Spence fight next. And here's what we need to do as fans: apply that pressure. I didn't say you want to kill the man and oh man, next time, what do you say, Coach Malachi? Next time I see you at the fight, man, I'm gonna kill you, man. Come on, man, cut that shit out, man. Cut that shit out, man. We got kids to live for. Stay on their head on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Don't let them breathe, y'all. Don't let them breathe. When you see him out in public, all you got to say is, are you going to fight Earl Spence next? That's it. That's it. And if he allow you to ask a second question, say, man, you're not going to get the respect you deserve if you don't fight Earl Spence next. And apply that same pressure to Earl Spence. Hey, Earl, when you going to fight Terrence Crawford? Are you fighting Terrence Crawford next? When Terrence Crawford is at Walmart, Target, Trader Joe's, all them stores, and with his kids, they all got beautiful children. And I saw Earl in the backyard. I got a backyard. Earl got a ranch. He was in his ranch, moving some hay or moving some dirt with his son. It's beautiful, you know. So when Earl was going hay shopping, you know, hey, when you gonna fight Terrence? And we need to be on their neck about that. I think we need to throw away the disrespect. Like I said, everybody should turn over a new leaf as of yesterday. Everyone is forgiven. Now let's demand the fight. When you don't ask, listen, don't be patronizing Steven Espinoza. Don't be kissing his ass. Hey, Steven, you know, I gotta ask you. You know, everybody want to know. No, you demand it from Steven. Demand it from Steven. Hi, Steven. You know, I just want to ask you a question that the fans want to know. No, you tell Steven, if you don't make this fight, we're not supporting nothing you do. You tell Al, I have 200,000 subscribers. If you don't make this fight next, I'm telling my subscriber base not to fuck with you. When have men become so passive that they can't, that we can't really just say what we want? You know what I mean? We got to demand this fight. All the media should be demanding this fight. We ain't waiting 5 years. Nah. We got the juice now, y'all. We got the juice. And we got to prioritize our demands. And I like the fact that I can say it from this platform. And because I know many of the media members, they hear my voice. And we're all subscribed to the same guys, okay? Whether we watch their videos or not, I know we subscribe to them. But if you see these guys at the fights, super chat them and be like, hey, I need you to tell Steven Espinoza, if you don't make that Earl Spence fight, we're not supporting you. I'm unsubscribing from Showtime, because there's no reason for me to have Showtime if I'm not getting Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis, Earl Spence, Terrence Crawford. What's the point of Showtime? Because I can stream everything. Because if it's not pay-per-view, every stream works, y'all. I'm going to repeat that again. If it is not a pay-per-view where they paying to shut the streams down, they have a service. All the regular streams, like the NBA games and what's the gentleman's name? December 17th, it was just moved to the Cosmopolitan. Frank Martin, I'm glad it was moved to the Cosmopolitan, because I think down there and they would have had a competitive advantage, you know, similar to the way Mikhail Fox got robbed. So that's a good thing. And I'm really, really jazzed about that fight being moved. And I'm optimistic that all this negative energy, all this hate energy on both sides, is too many YouTubers to count. So y'all know who the guy is. Too many of them to count, man. And I don't necessarily know all the fans in the comment section, but there's a lot of familiar names. Go to Terrence Crawford's Instagram, Twitter, and keep that pressure on them. But stop that nigga bitch, I'm gonna fuck you up and I'm gonna do this to you. Nah, man, cut that shit out, man. Cut that shit out. Cut that shit out, man. That shit is corny. Extra corny. Extra duper corny. And if you have a content creator that's doing that shit, man, you need to super chat them. Be like, come on, man. Can we just demand to fight? It's our time. Why do we have YouTube platforms? Who that? Why do we have YouTube platforms if we not gonna demand what we want? Stop blaming these motherfuckers. Make these motherfuckers feel so like to the point where they don't want to leave their house because they know they're gonna get asked 20 times. Riddick Bowe is devastated he didn't fight Lennox Lewis. Devastated. Yeah, make him feel uncomfortable. Please, guys. I'm urging you. That's the way to do it, man. That nigga shit, it never, that nigga shit is, the nigga shit will only get you. It's 2 C's. You know what the 2 C's are? Caskets and cases. That's all the nigga shit is good for. Casket and cases. Tell me a 35-year-old gangbanger that ain't got shot, robbed, stabbed, been to jail, been to court. You know what I mean? Like, that's all you getting all that nigga shit. The nigga shit ain't real anyway, y'all. The nigga shit ain't real. You know what I mean? So I encourage everybody that hears my voice. Let's start demanding these fights. And I got the Sean Porter article pulled up. I had a chance to fall asleep listening to Donald Trump's speech. I tried to watch it today. I couldn't watch it, man. I fell asleep on the couch, man. And so I don't know what he said. I tried to watch it. It's not because I didn't want to watch it. It was like, man, the shit was too long, man. You should have gave a 15-minute speech and had everybody excited. An hour speech is too long, man. You're going to be giving speeches every day for the next 2 years. You need to be like, man, we coming, man. We coming. Texas, we coming for you. Florida, we coming for you. America, we coming for you. That's what I think. And as I told you guys yesterday, if I had to vote today, I would vote Trump. I think I don't know what DeSantis is going to do. DeSantis is going to do. Is that how you pronounce his name? I like him more than Trump. I don't know what they're going to do. But maybe that'll be his vice president, or maybe he needs someone from Georgia, because Georgia seems like it's going back Democrat. Maybe not, or I don't know what he's going to do. But I just can't vote Democrat, man. I can't do it, man. And this is the first time in my life I voted last week, November 8th, and I got disgusted when I saw a D by their name. I come on here to tell you the truth, man. I know motherfuckers be lying and pretending. Nah, I'm not gonna lie to you. The Democrats disgust me, man. I live in a big city, and you guys know I live on the outskirts of a big city now, and I'm just disgusted with LA, man. I'm literally disgusted. LA is disgusting, man. That's all I'm gonna say, man. If you thinking about moving here, don't move here. Go to Orange County, where you got gun laws. The streets are cleaner. It's a Republican-based town. The crime is astronomically lower. Black people kill white people 7 times higher. And you can call it, I'm not, and all the Negroids, I'm like, Fred, you right? No, these are just statistics. You know what I mean? It's just statistics. And move to a small city where they have their own water, fire, and police. And when you understand what I'm saying, you will get it. You understand? And I'm just encouraging that, man. Live a safe life. You're always going to be 20 minutes from Trader Joe's, no matter where you live. And basically, in these, when you live on the outskirts of these big cities, you're going to be 20 minutes away from your Kroger's. And you're going to have gun laws where you can protect yourself. And you're going to have, they all the same crooks. I couldn't agree with you more, but no, I'm not going to butt that. In addition to that, the crime is just so high in LA, New York, Philadelphia, Baltimore, Chicago, Miami-Dade County. Like, the crime is just so astronomically high. You know, I'm willing to bet over 30 people got shot in Chicago this weekend. I don't even know. I checked last weekend. It was 35. It was 35 and 5 dead. I ain't checked this week yet. Let me check this week. Shootings in Chicago this weekend. Let's see how many. 27 shot. See? I was 6 people killed in Chicago this weekend. 27 shot. Oh, I'm gonna pull it up for y'all. This shit ain't no joke, man. Read that. Can y'all see that? Chicago shootings, 27 shots, 6 fatally, weekend gun violence across the city. Now, 50 people are going to get killed, and over 10 people are going to get killed this weekend. 50 people are going to get shot this weekend because we got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We got 4 days in Chicago where the schools are closed and the mothers and fathers lose their motherfucking mind. I don't know what it is, man. They lose their fucking mind, man. I just have no idea. You know what I mean? And it's just astronomically terrible. And hold up one second. Let me cut this fan off. And you know what's sad? You know what's sad about black people, black men that call me? Because I already know half of y'all that's listening. Fred is a coon. Why are you mad at me for telling the statistics? Why are you mad at me? Y'all mad at me for giving the statistics, man. These are actual facts. Niggas are getting killed every day, B. 6 people killed. That's insane. In 2 days, 6 people get killed. See, we've become so acclimated to motherfuckers getting shot and killed. Oh, that's a low number, 6. But 6 means 6 people not coming back. And some of you gonna say, well, they Bloods and Crips. But that violence, see, if we don't stop that violence, it crosses over into an innocent 15-year-old kid who was a starting quarterback on the high school team, or was on the verge of being a valedictorian, or was on summer break at Yale, or it spills over into our community. That's why we got to stop. And this is why we got to look these motherfuckers in the eye. We got to stop promoting that gang violence. What else? The drug dealing, the pimping, the scamming. We got to cut all this shit out. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Tank ain't fighting. I mean, they can't announce Tank fight, man. Tank got a court date December. Tank got a jury trial. They can't announce Tank fight yet, man. That would be so disingenuous to his trial. Because if they announce his fight, then the juror is gonna be like, hold up, he got a fight? Like, he don't respect. The judge gonna be like, he don't respect the fact that he has a trial, and they just gonna announce his fight and assume that he's gonna be innocent. You know what I mean? So I would say they're going to hold off on that. Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford's fighting Saturday. Remember, November 19th, 99% of the boxing public said he was fighting. I was the 1% that was crazy. Didn't I tell you guys the second week in August that Deontay Wilder is going to fight Andy Ruiz for a WBC title eliminator? Go check the facts. I tell you, man, I talk to Al Haymon whenever I want to talk to him. Well, he talks to me. I just don't talk back. You know what I'm saying? And but that's just where we're at with this. And what else? What else we got? What else? So Tank ain't gonna fight. Tank is not fighting. They said January 7th. He's not fighting. He's not fighting January 7th. You can't fight January 7th. You know, it's just impossible, man. They got to respect the court system. You know, you got to respect. I mean, if they announce that fight, man, you gonna disrespect them jurors like that? Shit, you can't take that chance, man. You got to pretend like I've been right the entire time. You better tell him, Rick, I've been right. I've been right for a whole year. I told you guys Earl Spence wasn't fighting December 17th. Was it 19th? December 7th? December 7th. Everybody, Earl Spence fight December 17th. No, he ain't. The earliest Earl Spence can fight is the 3rd week in February. And I don't even think he's gonna make that. So if Earl Spence don't fight till March or April, Earl's not fighting in January. But if Earl don't fight till March or April, why did it take so long to make the fight? Think about it. Come on, let's put our thinking caps on before we start ethering Sean Porter. And feel free to come in and talk about Trump. I'm real interested in y'all black men and y'all honest voice. Because a lot of black men are afraid to say that they're going to support Trump because you know, their community going to say, oh, you a coon, you this. I don't give a fuck about that. I care about the longevity, and I'm not saying the Republican Party is the answer. I would say 50% of my vote is a rebellious vote, and the other 50% is I'm just tired of the Democrats. I'm not even pro-Trump. But I'm going to tell you one thing. Trump helped me pay my how you say it? Y'all remember the first 2 months of COVID, I gave away $100,000 in rents. I gave away $100,000. Can you believe that shit? I took $100,000 and 2 months later, they had the PPP loan for business owners and stuff like that, and it helped. It didn't make up the 100,000, but it definitely helped. And I mean, if I would have been illegal, but I'm not fucking up not for $10,000. I'm not robbing the government for $10,000. If I would do something like that, I'm robbing for 20 million and moving to Cuba. No, I got to move to China. Or where does America don't have jurisdiction? Russia. I would have to steal 20 million and move to Russia. That's the only. But I'll never do that. You know what I mean? So, so yeah, man. Check my Instagram. I gave away over 100,000. Y'all see the tenants and their reactions. But yeah. And so that's my opinion on Trump right now. Brazil, Switzerland, they don't have jurisdiction over Brazil. Good. All right, good. So I would have to move to those countries. You know what I mean? Oh man. But anyways, man, let's get this party started. I'm gonna pull up this article I'm gonna read this article, and we can give our take on Sean Porter. I'll enlarge it for y'all so y'all can see it. Let's see. Is that large enough? Oh, you need to be larger. I know people are driving your truck. You ain't got to read it if you're driving the truck. I'll read it for you, dog. I appreciate y'all, all the people in the warehouses, on your iPads, your iPod. What's it called? Your iBids, your iBuds. Yeah, your buds, your earbuds. All right, so I'll enlarge it for you guys. So this is November 15th. Sean Porter evidently thinks that Terrence Crawford could have approached negotiations for an undisputed welterweight fight with Earl Spence in a more sensible manner. Crawford and Spence were in talks for several months, but the highly anticipated bout never reached the finish line. Earlier this month, Crawford took to social media to explain how the fight failed to get made, and he pinned the most of the blame on Spence and his influential advisor, Al Haymon, the founder of Premier Boxing Champions. In his 20-minute Instagram live interview, it wasn't an interview, Crawford made it clear he was intimately involved in all of the granular aspects of negotiations, saying he spoke to Haymon directly. Crawford, a free agent, left his longtime promoter Top Rank last year. Porter, the former champion who retired last year after getting stopped by Crawford in their WBO 147-pound title bout, indicated in a recent interview why he didn't give the person credit. That's fucked up. In a recent, I would give the man credit. In a recent, and who gave the interview? These punk ass. Who wrote this article? I'll be back. Who wrote this article? Sean Nam. You piece of shit. Give them credit, man. You did a whole article and didn't give them motherfucking credit. That's you piece of shit ass nigga. Porter, the former champion who retired last year after getting stopped by Crawford in their WBO 147-pound title bout, indicated in a recent interview, the Omaha native, free agency may have worked against him. Porter, let me read that again. Porter, the former champion who retired last year after getting stopped by Crawford in their WBO 147-pound title bout, indicated in a recent interview that the Omaha, Nebraska native's free agency may have worked against him. Porter, moreover, said that Crawford may not have approached negotiations in a way that would have earned the respect of Haymon, a Harvard graduate who made a name for himself in the music promotion business before pivoting to boxing in the early 2000s. Porter, like Spence, was guided by Haymon for most of his career. Terrence needs somebody else to represent him and speak to Mr. Haymon because Mr. Haymon is not going to respect him as a businessman. Porter told the Boxing Voice. I stand corrected. I take that back, Mr. Sam. All right. We already know you throw your fists. What subliminal, what substantial business sense are you coming to me with? It is what it is. Nobody's going to respect Terrence Crawford as a businessman until they see some business moves happen and they start to say, okay, he knows what he's talking about. He's legit. But this first shot trying to get it with Earl and doing it on your own ain't going to get it done. Porter now runs a popular, how you say that word? Euphonious podcast. Runs a popular infamous podcast and also works as a commentator. Said would behoove Crawford to follow certain business protocol if he truly wants to cut a deal with Haymon, whose PBC has network deals with Fox and Showtime. So he's going to have to show people that he can do business and furthermore be professional about it. Know what I mean? Porter said, I can't be a cold call at 10 a.m. It has to be very professional in order for Mr. Haymon and other people outside the ring to take you serious. This nigga's a clown. Crawford said during his Instagram tell-all that he had approached Haymon about a $50 million offer from two hedge funds, but that Haymon would not consider the offer, which in the end became a deal breaker for Crawford. Spence subsequently fired back at Crawford on Twitter, saying that Crawford was unable to testify to the legitimacy of the financial backers in a subsequent interview. Now, Crawford refused to reveal the identity of the so-called investors. Crawford is scheduled to take on David Avenesian December 10th in his hometown Omaha on BL Prime on an obscure pay-per-view platform. There we go. So, you at the In-N-Out drive-thru? Oh man, enjoy your dinner, man. And so there you have it, man. I don't like how he's talking, man. I really don't like how Sean Porter's talking. But you know what this does? You know what this does? Man? This illegitimates Earl Spence and Al Haymon. Oh, he's not going to take Terrence Crawford serious, man. Oh, he's not a good businessman. What kind of shit is this, man? So you gotta have a white man with a landing strip or a black man with a landing strip or another man with a landing. So you gotta have a Harvard grad to negotiate a boxing contract. So that means Sean Porter doesn't respect Jay Prince. Sean Porter don't respect Jay-Z. Sean Porter doesn't respect Damon Dash. Sean Porter doesn't respect. Shall we keep going? Sean Porter don't respect these men because they didn't go to an Ivy League school. That's what he said. He said, ain't no Harvard graduate gonna respect you as a businessman. Sean Porter doesn't respect Malcolm X. Sean Porter, we can go on down the list. We can go on down the line. He doesn't respect Nat Turner. They had colleges back then. Booker T. Washington went to college. W.E. Du Bois went to college. He don't respect Frederick Douglass. Shall we keep going? They didn't go to Harvard. They didn't go to Ivy League. But I'm going to tell you who we do respect, Bob Arum. I bet he say yes, sir, to Bob Arum. I bet he say yes, sir, to everybody else. People be exposing themselves, man. You understand what I'm saying? People literally be exposing themselves. It's just, how the hell Booker T. Washington? What about Booker T. Washington? He went to college. Tuskegee, right? Didn't he create Tuskegee? But it's just awful that you got to fit the white profile to be respected. You got to fit a profile for you to be respected. I don't fit a profile. If I'm not talking to y'all in this office, I don't fit the profile of a college educated multi-millionaire that kept his family together. You know what I mean? Kids are award-winning students. I don't look like that. I wear slide sweats and a hoodie damn near every day, y'all. I mean, I don't like it. I don't like it. Sean Porter, understand this. Terrence Crawford has made more money in his career than you. Terrence Crawford has fought for more belts in his career than you. Terrence Crawford has fought in front of more people than you because he fought on ESPN. Terrence Crawford hasn't lost. Terrence Crawford beat the people that beat you. One person, not people. And you had your chance to defeat him. You had your chance to beat him last November, and you failed. So at the end of the day, by your definition, your dad is unqualified to talk to Al Haymon, to negotiate a deal with Al Haymon. Based off of that definition, Terrence Crawford has exceeded your career without Al Haymon. Financially, viewership wise, belt wise. I mean, y'all do what you want, say what you want, but at the end of the day, I say this. We gotta stop judging people's intelligence based off of what you believe their profile is. Especially minorities, not blacks and Latinos, especially us, because we wasn't afforded reparations to get a jump start. We wasn't. And what I mean by that is, if they have a head start, that means they are optimizing their space in this system. You understand what I'm saying? So I think we got to be more cautious when we say stuff like that. I got you next, Ronald. What's up, Rashawn?
How's it going, man?
Hey, good.
Yeah, I'm listening to you. You sound crazy, Fred. You sound crazy. And I don't mean it like you ain't right. I'm just mean like you going a little bit too hard on Sean, bro. It sound
Hey,
like you got it sound like you got little personal feelings there. And I don't mean like I get what you're saying, but
say
we can't just wrap it up and say he said all that, bro. And that's what I'm saying, bro. Like you said he said all this and that. Nah, he just saying that Terrence should have had somebody representing them. And if I'm listening, because I really don't understand this, bro. I'm like listening to everything you just said and trying to bring it all together. So Earl said that Terrence had basically told him that was a $50 million offer. Did that like actually happen, or this is like what they're saying?
he how should I say it? He said it and he said he FaceTime Earl Smith and said he got two hedge funds that want to invest in it. Obviously,
Yes.
now we know one being Black Prime.
Mm-hmm. But you see, that's the deepest part about it. Like, I mean, like if he ain't revealing it, and I heard it was the opposite at first. I heard it was like more so Terrence wanted to know information and they wasn't telling him. But if it was that was the case, then like I mean, you know, Al Haymon ain't gonna allow that, bro. You got to know who he doing business with and stuff like that. And it probably just made Al feel like, you know, Terrence was doing some shady stuff, trying to go behind his back and like, you know, bring somebody else in that they probably really don't want to do business with, and then you don't want to reveal who the person is. That is like a bunch of shady stuff, you know? It really is. All of it is shady and crazy. But, you know, like, I'm not trying to change the subject, but let's talk about what's finna happen, you know? Donald Trump running for president again.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. Oh, man, me too. Bro, like, to be honest with you, bro, I did a lot of, like, working by myself, like, around that 2016 year. So I was by myself a lot as far as I did graveyard, you know, so I'm just up through the night by myself. Ain't nobody around me to influence me in what I think. So I'm a realistic person. I just sit there and listen to him myself and come to my own conclusion. You know what I'm saying? I don't really listen to what everybody else is saying. So when I kept hearing the next morning when I wake up after, you know, me sleeping, and, you know, I do graveyard and everybody's saying, well, he's a racist. And I end up getting into these debates with people. I'm like, wait a minute. I go to work the next night. I look through the internet crazy for any racist clips I can find, you know, because I got to see it. If you say he's a racist, I got to hear him say these racist things that y'all said he said. And I haven't heard it. And I still can't find it. No one can show me. And then they just get mad at me and say, well, you a dummy if you believe him. You know, like this is really what happens. They get mad when you really start to challenging them and questioning them up on these things. And that's their response, bro. And I don't know if you see, but it already started. They already going at him. I saw some post on Instagram today when I got up talking about, Donald says he's going to make sure all drug dealers get the death penalty. And I'm like, they starting up already. Like, because I remember, and I at first I wasn't even like a Donald fan, but I'm a realistic person, and I seen how they wasn't giving him a fair shake. I seen how they wasn't giving him a fair shake. And to me, when they start not giving you a fair shake, it's because you're not welcome into their establishment. They already got some shit in order, and they don't want no outsiders in. And obviously he was an outsider, so they immediately tried to box him out, thinking, oh, he ain't gonna win. And they put Hillary against him. Like Hillary was the best choice. And it's like, man, that was a horrible option. So when Hillary loses, they realize really quickly that they don't have the control that they think they have, and they just went to smear that man. And I really didn't like how they did him this whole presidency. It was jacked up. Like, that was wrong. And no one can really show any clips. Because on a real note, we don't like him that much, right? Like everybody did. If there was a clip of him being a racist, it would have been out there during the campaign. He would have never won. You know that. And it got to a point where they had to start making fake propaganda as far as saying, oh, he's with the Russians and shit. Like, there was no clippings of that neither. And on a real note, I'm not trying to take your show there, but this is my theory, bro. I feel like all their information, all the stuff that they're saying, I feel like they got that crap from the Ukraine. They paid and this is the Democrats I'm talking about. I think that they got that stuff from the Ukraine. And right now, as we speak, our government is prioritizing funding the Ukraine. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's obviously sides involved in all of this. You know what I mean? And it seems like the Democrats are more towards the Ukrainian side. They want to help the Ukrainians and stuff like that. And they want us to all believe that the Republicans are just, with the Russians and stuff like that. So it's a lot of craziness going on there. And I can't wait to see if they're going to allow him to win. Because honestly, I think they're going to cheat him. That's my personal perspective. I was up, like I said, but I was watching the election when he ran in 2020. They cheated that man, bro. They cheated Donald that year. And I watched it happen, bro. Like, I'm up at 3:30 in the morning, and I watched the way the votes just jumped like crazy for Joe Biden, hella randomly. It just stopped counting for Donald and just strategically started going up for Joe. It was like at 3:30 in the morning. It was hella weird. And I'm up watching this. I'm like, boy, they're bluntly cheating. I seen it. All these clips come out of them pulling, letters and shit from underneath the table. I mean, votes from underneath the table. It's just a lot of stuff start coming out. And then when he started yelling, oh, he got robbed. You see what they tried to do? They tried to make him out to be like some terrorist and say he's trying to incite everybody and get everybody all mad and cause a riot. So he had to just pretty much shut up about him being robbed. But on a real note, he got robbed that election. Like he really did. And it's the statistics. You got to look at the numbers. It's like how many people they saying voted. Is it even that many people in the damn country? I promise you they was doing some funny stuff that day. With some funny stuff going on that day, and they wanted him to lose by any means necessary. And I believe it's because he was about to expose their asses. Like he got in that office and he seen what these people have been doing the whole time. All these politicians have been connected for a long ass time. Like a long ass time. For example, bro, like I don't really believe there's a Democrat and Republican. I believe there's politicians, and Donald ain't one of them. He was the outsider, and that's why they went at him so damn hard, like for real, for real. And I just follow this shit, bro. It's history, bro. Fucking George Herbert Walker Bush was the president in the 80s, right? And then his son's friend becomes the president after him, coincidentally. Everybody can act like they don't know this, but this is a fact. Bill Clinton and George Bush Jr. graduated the same year from the same college and was probably a part of the same fraternity. And these people, yet they're on opposite parties, and they were back-to-back presidents after his dad was president in between them. You see what I mean? Like it's so we got an operation going on here. They act like they're Republicans and Democrats, but they going down the same path. Freaking Barack Obama, I forgot the relations, but I believe he's somehow one of his family members is connected to the Bushes too. So it's all the same shit. Like this is a family tree right here. It was all getting passed through. Hillary was supposed to win after, Barack Obama, and Donald was the monkey wrench in there. They didn't like that shit. He fucked up the whole plan, and he got in there, and he started exposing stuff. He started really noticing the common sense shit, like, why are we giving all our money here instead of doing it here? Like, I'm listening to this like, yeah, he's right. Why are we doing that? But everybody got their stupid reasons for why we were doing these things, They try to justify it, so I really don't know, man. But I do know for sure that, like, man, I'm voting for him. But me personally, I think they're going to rob him again. I think they're going to do everything in their power to cheat him again. They've been setting it up. Like they do these little methods of figuring out how to get illegals to vote and shit like that. Like they're cheating, especially in California, bro.
Right.
Have you ever just Googled the map of like what it looks like in California, bro? California should really be red. We just have those predominant areas, Sacramento, the Bay Area, and LA that allow them to win every fucking time.
High
Everywhere else is like red, and I don't get it.
Right. Let me bring
Crazy, bro. Go ahead, bro.
Hey, what's up, Kyle? Kevin Brower say Trump 2024. Kyle, you there? Kyle, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay,
I went through a bad spot.
Hey, what's up?
Man. Man, I'm with you on that, bro. Listen, the Democrats, they've been selling us the same dream for so long. You know what I mean? And I'm just sick of the bullshit, dog. So let's just see if Donald Trump get in here this time, what he gonna do? They was like, oh man, if Donald Trump gets reelected again, oh man, it's gonna be the end. And it feel like the end right now with Joe Biden's sleepy ass. You know what I mean? Motherfucker can't even stay awake through a fucking speech. And they proud to be him to be the president. Man, fuck out of here, man. I want to see what's about to happen now, though, man. We'll see. We'll see.
Right.
Hey, I gotta add this comment in since he said that though. Like, bro, Joe Biden, I'm telling y'all, bro, I think that dude is like sitting up there playing like this, right? And he's milking the shit out of our government. I feel like he's making his pockets fat right now, bro. That's what I personally believe. They said that they just approved some money to be sent to the Ukraine, and it's like they sending a hell of a lot of money to the Ukraine. That's all I'm saying. And in a weird
Bro, I was
ass
about to say
way,
the same shit, bro.
like in a weird ass way, watch Hunter Biden, he gonna get some money dropped into his trust funds. You know, he gonna get some money in his, you know, donations accounts and shit like that. They do that type of funny shit, and I promise you, bro, if they was to ever be audited on a real honest level, man, a lot of these people go to jail. I feel like we got a lot of dirty ass politicians in there, and they just taking advantage of everybody, and they trying to stay in power so they can continue to take advantage of everybody.
Right.
Yo,
What's
y'all
up,
some. What's good? How you doing today? Barbershop conversation with Reggie. I mean, how you doing today, Fred? My bad. You know what, man? I just want to go back to the point. Great talk, guys, about the politics. I appreciate that. I voted Trump too, but I don't want to talk about politics right now. But I feel y'all, and the only way I vote for Trump is if Kanye West is the president and he's the vice president. That's the only way I'm voting for Trump again. Real talk. But back to the
president. Kanye West the president or vice president?
No, Kanye the president and Donald Trump the vice president. That's the only way I'm voting for Trump again.
Now you want Trump to be the vice president?
Hell yeah, fuck that. He don't get no 2 times in the fucking White House. Fuck that. He fucked up. He almost got everybody killed. It's time for Kanye to be the president. He could be the vice president. That's the only way I'm gonna vote for Trump again. That's the thing. Like I didn't vote for him the first time.
He trolling.
Say that again.
I said you got to be trolling.
Yo, dog, I voted for Trump the second time he lost, but I did vote for the first because we went twice, right? He tried to be president twice, right? So the first time I voted for him, he didn't win, but when I voted for him the second time, he lost. So, but the only way I will vote for Trump again is if Kanye is actually the president and he's the vice president. They got to run like that, or I'm not voting for that motherfucker. Real talk. I understand what you're saying about him, like being a good president, Fred, but I just didn't like the fact is that all of the Chinese tools and everything, the DeWalt and all that shit went up when Trump was president. So it wasn't even over here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and that's bad for us for China with Trump. You know what I'm saying?
Got it. We got
back.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, make your point. Go ahead about boxing.
Yeah, but back to like how you came in and you started your whole live broadcast. I appreciated that with all my heart. You should probably chop that up to like a 10-minute segment and then run that because that was powerful. That was Emmy Award winning as far as like how a fan's supposed to look at the sport and you know how like we had this divide and now we back to this point where everything could happen if we all demand it, whatever side you are.
Stay on their helmet.
Huh?
Stay on their helmet, dog.
Yeah, stay on their fucking helmet. Yeah, exactly.
Stay on their helmet, man. We all want the fight.
We all want the fight. Exactly.
I mean, if you don't want this fight, man, why are you a fan of boxing?
Pretty much. And you know, what I'm gonna say about like how when I first met you and how I first came in contact with the whole entire boxing community, it was probably you first with DBN, and then it was 78, and then it was Ego, and then it was like all the small channels. But the point I'm trying to make is you had that 30th episode on Trill Boxing Talk, and it was like just a cash grab. Everybody was just throwing cash. That 30th episode, it was like $5,000 just thrown out in super chats that day.
That's dope.
Yeah, fanning all of us was doing all because you said that we was broke. You said all of us black people was broke, but then they went on a spree. And they showed you that they wasn't broke. So the black dollar is powerful. I saw it firsthand.
I said they were broke?
Yeah, Fred. This is Ronald Finkley, bro. I've been with y'all since day one, bro.
I was obviously joking, right?
Yeah, but we took it seriously. But we took it seriously. Everybody in the chat took it seriously.
Oh, they did? Okay. And I'm happy they made that money. I mean, shit, if you put in the work, you get the results.
Yeah, but then we thought that this was going to be the new wave of like everybody bringing people back to the sport, but then it wound up being like a divide, whereas though it wasn't about like bringing everybody back to the sport, but now we're back to square one again. So everybody demand a fight, and we'll get the fight because we are the black dollar that want to fight.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? And that's really all I want to say. And I don't even really care about you unblocking me or not, because I feel like this. When I want to talk to you, I'll just come on the panel and show you respect and then leave it at that. You know what I mean?
Perfect.
All right, peace, fellas. I'm gonna go back in the chat, but I just wanted to say I appreciate that first 10 minutes of the episode and how you brought it to us and told everybody about it.
Yeah, appreciate you. Yeah, I appreciate you. Hey, what's up, Mr. Henderson?
Yeah, Fred, can you hear me?
Very well.
Yeah, bro. So anyway, the racism about Trump, Ray Sean, from my perspective, would be more his stance on the Central Park Five, after them being freed, and a little situation he had in Queens with some apartment buildings.
Mhm.
Outside of that, you fall victim to a lot of propaganda and your algorithm. There's nothing really to tie him down outside of those two. So that's that. To that dude that was just on here, bro, what? Kanye West?
I heard that too, bro.
Bro, what? And Trump, what's up, Fred?
All right.
Yeah, man, dude was wilding. But Fred, you said something about the Wilder, Andy Ruiz. There's no way. So in the event Wilder wins, Fury's probably gonna retire, right? There's no way you're gonna run that 4 times. No way
Well,
you're gonna run that 4 times.
they got to win their fights too, So nothing is a given. He could lose to Usyk, and then Usyk may not want to fight a mandatory. Man, things change so much in boxing. It's never a straight line in this sport. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about Tyson Fury fighting Wilder. I wouldn't worry about that at all. I would worry about Wilder and Andy Ruiz. I think Ruiz is tailor made for Wilder.
So do I.
I think it's a perfect opponent. Solid name, short,
He
no
going to
reach.
sleep.
Oh,
He's been hit.
God.
He's been hurt.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Wilder just got to make sure that he clinches right. You know what I mean? Like, or if you're not gonna clinch, you know what I mean? Because if you let him get that hand up, you know what I mean, he could throw that.
Yeah. Got to wrap them arms when you
gotta
clinch.
You gotta go over under. Yep. So, but I think that it's a perfect opponent for Wilder. And I don't think we'll get the Fury 4. I don't want to see Fury 4.
I don't either.
I want to see Anthony Joshua and Wilder fight, and I want to see undisputed between Usyk and Fury. I ain't seen that fight. I've seen the other ones. I ain't seen AJ and Fury. So I want to see Wilder. I want to see Wilder and AJ.
I mean, that's both of their last.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you might as well get in there and settle that. But I felt bad for AJ on the other side of that because it's not a fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a more competitive fight than Ruiz, I think, because the height. Wilder got leverage on Ruiz, and that's gonna be deadly, man. That motherfucker might. I mean, he gonna fall in 3 parts. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
He gonna drop. He gonna go backwards, and then his head gonna fall. Like it's just gonna be. That's gonna be a disgusting knockout.
Like Stavern.
Yeah, like Stavern. Yeah, because he's so top heavy, so his legs gonna give out on him. It's gonna look like he broke his kneecap or something. I genuinely believe that.
Fred, I genuinely believe Anthony Joshua is not a more competitive fight.
You don't?
No. I think Anthony Joshua got lucky with the Usyk shit because Usyk is too small. He can't put him out. You know what I'm saying? He can't put him out. But anytime and Joshua has no head movement, zero head movement, non-existent.
Minimum head movement, sure.
Dillian White caught him and hurt him.
Mhm.
You know, Klitschko caught him and hurt him multiple times. I mean, there's only one Fury. I haven't seen anyone else get hurt by Wilder and survive. You know.
Yeah, it's only been one. You're right. It's only one Fury, and that may be because of leverage. Maybe it takes a few pounds of pressure off his right hand because Wilder's shooting that shot up.
Yeah.
That makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah.
And man, Wilder got a fucking train on this. God damn. But I want to see AJ. I definitely want to see that.
I want to see it too. I
Mhm.
mean, but it's just gonna be bad.
Mhm.
That one's gonna be bad. I'm gonna watch just to see how bad it gets.
Really?
Yeah, I think AJ. I think AJ from a distance. It looks like AJ don't really want these fights.
Mm.
That I can't help but feel that way. You know what I'm saying? How the hell did Dillian White get the fight against Tyson Fury?
He was the
Well, I
mandatory.
guess it happened before
Mandatory.
mandatory, and it happened while the Usyk Joshua too.
He fights next Saturday. I'm interested in that fight. Franklin and Dillian White. I'm interested in that.
Who's the Franklin guy?
He's an American out of Detroit. I think he's from Detroit. I've seen him fight a couple of times. He's kind of that. I think he went to jail. Is he the one that went to jail? And he's been winning. He's a little bit slightly overweight. Second, he's restarting his heavyweight career. Am I right? Is that Jonathan Franklin or whatever his name is? Yeah, I think that may be him.
I think so.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, that's him. Yeah, thank you. He's a good fighter. He rolls and counters, and he's a good fighter.
How you feel about Dillian White?
I think he's gonna shock the world though.
So do I. I don't believe in them. You know what I mean? It's only been one Lennox Lewis. It's only been one Tyson Fury. I don't believe in UK heavyweights.
Dillian White is a club fighter. You know, he's a club
Exactly.
But hey,
yes.
the thing about Tyson Fury and Lennox Lewis, they came to America and got that American experience.
Right.
Exactly.
And shit. So
exactly.
Good point. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. That definitely helped them. That definitely helped them. It was a huge aspect.
Think about it. Before Lennox Lewis got with Emmanuel Stewart, he got knocked out.
Right.
Yeah, matter of fact, by the dude Emmanuel trained.
Yeah,
he was the one that did it.
Oliver McCall, yeah. Yeah. Yep, damn sure did. He even said in that interview, it kind of spooked him when he saw Emmanuel Stewart was going to train him, you know. I didn't even see the comments.
I wonder how that happened. I wish you'd have went into that story.
The money. Simply put, longevity and money. Shit, you got a crackhead that's fighting. Shit. You know, you gonna go at the guy that got the longevity.
Right. He unstable, don't have one to train, disappearing on you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Go with the sure thing. I think Lennox was Olympic pedigree, wasn't he?
88, yeah.
Damn straight. You know what I'm saying? Damn straight.
What's up, DJ? How you doing, man? Jillian White, I a turd that just won't. You're right. He is like that, man. He is. Who would he be when I was growing up? That just reared his head all the time, man. Who was a heavyweight when I was a kid? That just he's like I remember Iron Mike Sharp. Remember him as a wrestler? Do you remember Iron Mike Sharp? You got to be a certain age. Iron Mike Sharp showed up every Saturday and lost.
No, you know who it is?
The
Brooklyn Brawler.
The Brooklyn Brawler. Yeah, the Brooklyn Brawler. He lost every time. The Brooklyn Brawler, man. Yeah, something like that. Iron Mike Sharp never won.
Yeah, Fred. That's why I asked you. Like, I don't believe in those dudes over there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I just don't.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't. There ain't one of them over there. Not one in any weight class. Actually, there's one. There's one. I forget his name. But it seemed like they all box with their chin up. Every last one of them. I mean, even Carl Froch did the same thing. They just like that old school traditional, like, you know what I mean? Like I don't know. I don't like the way they box over there. There's no fluidity.
Yeah, Francois Beaufort. That's him. He's a good one. He was beating Tyson ass, and Tyson landed that one shot. Francois Beaufort. Yeah, he just was annoying. Couldn't interview. Yeah. Francois Beaufort. That's a good one.
I didn't even know Dillian was fighting this weekend, man. They didn't do
next weekend.
Yeah, there's no promo for it.
No,
how'd you see it?
Just because I knew. Oh, because who fought last weekend? Oh, the Montana Love. That's how I know. Because you see it on the thing when you watch.
So he's coming here?
No, he's fighting in the UK. I don't know where though.
Okay.
Ooh, I don't know what probably at the O2. Yeah, Francois Beaufort was definitely that guy. Annoying.
Fred, I do got a question for you though,
please.
About this Sean Porter thing.
Yeah.
So outside looking in, you have talked about how close you were to the Porters at some point in time in your life, right?
Right.
So I have to take into consideration that you you've been around them. So you obviously know them better than anyone who's listening to you talk about them. Is there any chance that he could just be like just damn, how do I want to call it?
Dumb pass.
Like maybe he just made a like an honest mistake.
In his wording?
And his wording, yeah.
I mean, he consistently does that. Like I said, he needs to expand his lexicon. He doesn't know how to put words together to make it not so disrespectful. It takes experience. I don't think he has that yet, because keep in mind, Sean Porter wasn't a media guy until his last year and a half, and he started popping up. But even then, he was still off center a little bit. He's not natural at it.
Oh, all the way. He's the first guy I've seen, analyst / reporter, whatever, fall asleep on cam. I ain't never seen that before.
Yeah. So he's maybe he's getting better. So brick by brick he'll get better. And but right now he's not good. He's not A1 yet. He's probably the backup plan. Do
you believe his disrespect is intentional?
It's pretty consistent. He did it to Earl Spence. He did it to Jerome Ennis. He did it to Wilder. He did it to he did it to Terrence Crawford. So it's pretty consistent. Even Terrence Crawford said, yeah, you be hating. Even his boy said you a hater. So I'm not saying nothing he doesn't know. Like his own co-partner. I watched the Earl Spence interview. His boy called him a hater. Ant is his name.
Yeah.
So it's no secret. I'm not saying nothing that everyone doesn't think, So, but I think everyone is probably getting used to it now. Like, he's a hater. Sean's a hater. Ask Terrence Crawford what he thinks. He's gonna be doing a lot of interviews between now and December. So
yeah, he is.
You don't even know the undercard yet. They better announce that undercard.
Yeah, I'm happy for Bud, but what'd you say, Kyle?
Yes, he's fighting. Yeah, he's getting his career high payday too. Yep.
Yeah, I ain't watching.
He deserved that shit though.
I don't know if he deserved it. He missed weight. He don't deserve that shit. He missed weight his last fight.
Hey, man, play his fuck up too, man. He had some shit going on, man.
He signed the contract. He signed the contract.
Well,
You late to work. How many times you been late to work in the past year, Kyle?
A lot.
Oh well. Well, you're not gonna get a raise. You know what I mean? Like that. That's just it. You're not gonna get the raise you think you want. You know, so or you deserve or you don't deserve a raise if you fucking late a lot. You know, so. But I'll say this. I want him to fight. You know, I don't think he deserves. Nigga missed the weight by 7 pounds. He didn't even train. You know, it was disgusting. Like, you know what I mean? Like he showed.
He trained. He was training hard, but it was his Achilles that kept him away from the sport for so long.
Say it again, please.
His Achilles. That's what kept him away from the sport.
Well,
he couldn't do nothing.
You're so muffled. Say it again, please. I'm sorry.
I said his Achilles wouldn't allow him to do anything. That's why he was so overweight.
So ride the bike. Use the steam room. Ain't no excuse. Ain't stop eating. It's like, ain't no excuse, man. You know what I mean? Shit, you signed the contract. When does lack of accountability, man? Shit, you accountable, man. You signed the contract. It's just how I feel about it.
Man, it's systematic racism, bro.
Nah, you know what I mean, and then you get mad at fans for wanting free tickets. No, support me. Okay, well, how about you do your part so I can support you? I buy the ticket if you make weight. Deal? Deal. All right. So he's a solid fighter. You know, he hasn't done nothing exceptional yet, but he's a solid fighter. I know that's your boy, but he got to prove himself. You know, he got to win. He got a regional belt though. Last time I think he fought, he won a regional belt.
Hey, listen, you know I'm gonna ride for my dogs. You know, without you and him, ain't no boxing section. So you know, I always gotta ride.
No, that's your boy. I'm not saying, but make sure you tell him the truth. Ain't no way in hell you miss weight. You know, so it's just what I feel. I haven't seen enough of him to like check his talent out, so I can't speak on his talent. Just speaking about his discipline. You know, I believe the only fight I saw of him that I can recall, it was a no contest. He got cut or something.
Nah, he won that fight.
Oh, he won that fight. That's the only fight I saw of his. I know it was a bad cut. That's all I know.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll redeem himself. He'll be the co-main event. I'm pretty sure of that. And you know, you gotta get out there and start selling them tickets. I ain't seen him on Terrence Crawford's stories. Is he in Omaha? I mean, is he?
Yeah, they all in Colorado.
Okay, I don't follow him, so maybe he's doing it on his stories. Terrence Crawford is not media. He needs to do like 10 stories a day minimum.
Yeah.
You know, like he really needs to do more of that. So
it would definitely help him as far as negotiations and pay-per-view sales. I mean, it's a part of it. It's a part of it.
That's the truth. That's definitely the truth. You know, but you know,
Earl's story is always lit. Always.
Yeah, Earl does
in the gym too.
Yeah. It looks like Earl is in good shape. Looks like Terrence is in good shape. Frank Martin looks in exceptional shape. He looks ready to go.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good fight, man, between him and Michelle Rivera.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good fight. I think Frank is better. Yeah, I think Frank is better. So we'll see. I think he's a lot better than that Michelle Rivera guy, but they both has never fought no one to the level of them. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully Earl does an interview before that, so he's not being bombarded. He's gonna be bombarded, but so he can control the conversation. You know what I mean? Yeah. So hopefully he does an interview with somebody before he goes to Vegas, December 17th.
Hey Fred, I want to put you on the hot seat real quick.
Oh, go ahead.
Top 5 dead or alive boxers.
Oh, I don't have them, but I like Sweet Pea. That I only go to ones that I've seen live. I'm not gonna go to ones I've seen on YouTube and that I've seen live. Sweet Pea, Floyd, RJ, Prince Ahmed and Prince Ahmed. Damn. Who's the fifth one that I just thought was just like it was must see TV that I thought was amazing? RJ, Floyd, Sweet Pea. Huh. I don't know who the fifth guy would be. I don't have a fifth guy right now. I got to think about the fifth guy.
Let me give you mine, man. How you
Okay.
had to see him? You said you had to see him live, right?
Like I had to
Nah,
see
that's
him.
what Fred said, because that's some bullshit. I don't know who you seen live, Fred.
I'm telling you who I seen live, like on HBO or in real time. Like I don't like the conversations about the old motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Because they fought 15-round fights. It was 15 pounds between the divisions, and you know what I mean? Like it's just different era. You know? Yeah, RJ's Roy Jones. Yeah. Go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead, Kyle. Who you got?
I got Roy Jones.
You seen Roy live?
Yeah, I seen him on HBO.
Nut ass nigga.
That's all his fights. That's all of them.
Oh, yo, but by live, I'm thinking you mean like in the building.
Oh no. Like
Okay.
I got like I seen all the old timers on YouTube, but
Okay.
yeah, but they
Pay-per-views.
Yeah, it wasn't no middle weights in between them. It was just, you know what I mean? But go ahead.
Yeah, so I got Roy Jones, Floyd Mayweather, Andre Ward, Ricky Wright,
Mm.
and my fifth, just because I love the guy, just because, you know what I'm saying, I grew up owning and had played the video game and shit, I'm going to go Mike Tyson.
I never thought Mike was that good. I just never did, man. Never did, man. Like I thought he was crazy, you know, like never thought he was that good. I think Evander is way better. Obviously, he beat him twice. Like I don't understand how people give Mike Tyson all this credit and don't even just ignore Evander Holyfield. It's like the dumbest shit in the whole wide world. Like
Customato, man. Customato.
No, but Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield beat Riddick Bowe. Mike Tyson would have got stopped by Riddick Bowe in under 5.
Yeah.
In any time of Mike Tyson's career. Hell yeah. Fuck. Y'all, matter of fact, I would put Riddick Bowe as my 5th best fighter. I would go to say Riddick Bowe could probably be my 5th. Riddick Bowe was a bad man.
I wonder why him and Lennox never fought though.
He didn't want to fight. He threw that shit in the trash. I like Riddick Bowe. Riddick Bowe was a bad son of a bitch. He was like a cruiserweight. He was like a light heavyweight, fighting that heavyweight at 240, whatever weight he fought. Yeah, he was a bad man. And just think, Evander Holyfield beat him.
He lost to him twice though, right?
Yeah.
No, Riddick Bowe won one time. They fought twice. Riddick Bowe won. Riddick Bowe beat Holyfield, bro.
But that's impossible for Evander Holyfield to beat a person like Riddick Bowe. That was like, I wonder what the odds were for that fight. I wonder what it had to be 4-1, 5-1. Like it had to be something astronomical. Yeah, I would put. I think Riddick Bowe had more talent than Lennox Lewis. Let me go to that. They fought 3 times. Bowe won 2 of them. Yeah, I know they fought 3 times. It's the fan fight. Remember the fan man? Let me pull it up so everybody's happy. Evander Holyfield fought too long though. The motherfucker can't even walk. Like he falls forward when he walks. Have y'all seen him in person?
Nah.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
He fought too long. Fought way too long.
Evander, right?
Long.
Yeah, he fought way too long.
Yeah, he was taking a lot of punishment in the prime of his career. You know?
Oh, they only. Let's see.
Yeah, but my 5, I would have to say Roy, Floyd.
Yeah, he lost 3 in a row. He fought John Ruiz 3 times in a row. Damn. He fought Lennox Lewis to a draw. Man, I forgot about that fight. Beat Mike Tyson back to back. He beat Riddick Bowe. Y'all know how impossible that.
Hey, I'm gonna have to put Chris Bird on there though.
Well, I know Zab's making my top 5.
Zab Judah?
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I guess so.
I like Zab. You didn't like Zab?
I loved him. He was a hip hop
Yeah.
guy to me, though. He kind of underperformed. You know, I think the streets got the best of him.
I agree.
You know, like he was. Every time I saw Zab, it was never in the gym. But obviously, we didn't have Instagram, so he was always promoting, and you know, all his photo shoots was always being a hood nigga. So, that's what I thought of him. Actually, him and Berto. You know, like I thought Berto was, but as I got to, I had a chance to cover Berto. He still was that guy, but he wasn't. The conversation wasn't as street as like a Zab Judah. You know, it was more worldly, I would say, than
Bro,
Zab.
Zab Judah's out there shooting dice, bro.
He what?
He's out there shooting dice, bro.
Yeah, Zab Judah equilibrium was off like the second half, like the last 10 fights of his career. Like
Yeah.
there was something wrong with his equilibrium. Like it just wasn't normal.
Well, you
Yeah.
know, he said he almost died, right? There's something.
Yeah,
with
I
his
saw that
brain.
fight. Yeah, we all saw it. It was like 3 years ago. When he got a brain, he got that blood, in his brain. But Riddick Bowe might sneak into my 5th. Riddick Bowe or maybe Larry Holmes. Larry Holmes, I saw him late, but I went back and watched him. I thought he was unstoppable. I thought he was like a freight train. He was just in between 2 errors, and you know, but he made a lot of money. He's still making a lot of money. He saved his money and made some investments. Ennis versus Ellis. I don't know if that fight gonna happen. I don't know if Al Haymon would do a fight like that because Jerron Ennis is not his fighter.
Fred, I got a question for you.
Yeah,
how
please.
good do you believe Jerron is? Like, can he hang? Like, you believe he can hang with Crawford and Spence?
Right. Hell no, I don't think he can go. I mean, I ain't never seen him on the back 9, so I never seen him on the back 9, like the round 7 through 12. It's different, man. Like it's like JV and varsity, man. It's a difference, man. Motherfucker scoring 30 points on JV. Yeah. You playing against some little Filipinos, man. And you know what I mean? You playing against JV is 3rd string varsity. Do we understand that? So, like, come on, man. Like, come on, man. Like, what's up, Dr. Fuller? Yeah, man. So I got Kevin Brower got Vinny Paz, he was a tough guy. Roy Jones, Floyd, Hagler, Ali. I never saw Ali live. I never saw Hagler live, but that was I was too young. But you could say the same thing about Larry Holmes, but I just remember Larry Holmes just whooping ass. Hagler didn't get his championship. What is his 45th fight? Hey, what's up, Dr. Fuller?
How you guys doing, man?
We good, man.
All right, good. You guys talking top 5? You have to have seen them before. Is that what you're saying?
Oh yeah. Let's go with that. The ones that we've seen. Yeah, sure.
Now, seen live or seen?
No, just seen on TV or live.
Oh, okay. I got to go with my number 1 is Ali. That's my number 1. Because I think probably wasn't the best skilled, but I think it's for me, your social conscience has a lot to do with how I rate you as well. So I think Ali was the greatest fighter ever to live. I go with Hagler. That's my 2nd.
I forgot about
Sugar Ray Robinson.
I forgot about Sugar.
Sugar Ray Robinson. Got to go with him. As far as skills, you got to give it to Floyd, man.
Yeah.
Discipline and commitment to the sport and business acumen, you got to give it to Floyd. And then that's 4. So my last one, I'm gonna have to go with Ray Leonard. That'd be my last guy.
Sugar Ray Leonard.
Sugar Ray Leonard.
You know what my memory of Sugar Ray Leonard is? Him getting his ass beat by Terry Norris.
Oh yeah.
That's my, because that's when I was like 9. I was like 9 or 10. That's like my first memory. Then I worked backwards, Yeah. That's my first memory of Sugar Ray Leonard. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that list. How did you see Sugar Ray Robinson fight though?
Oh, just historical fights, looking them up.
No, you had to see him fight. You had to see him. You asked a question and you changing the rules.
No, you said
you had to see him live. Yeah, in real time.
Okay, live. Okay. All right. So I had to take him off then.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Roy Jones.
Yeah, Roy was. You know what? This is weird too, man. I didn't really get a chance to see Roy that much live.
Really? You didn't have HBO?
Nah, I was out to see a lot, bro.
Oh yeah, Roy Jones.
I missed a lot of his fights.
Every
that
Saturday.
was the time when he was shining and coming up. I was gone a lot, so I didn't, but man, I don't know if I want to put Roy there. I think as far as skill is concerned, he's definitely, man, I don't know if I want to put Roy there. I would say I thought Aaron Pryor was an amazing
fighter. I watched him on replay though.
Yeah, the Hawk he was an amazing fighter, man. I did get a chance to see him a little more than I got a chance to see Roy. So, because Roy was in the 90s, right? Roy was like mid 90s, early 2000. That's when he was apexing at that point, right? Am I right there?
Yeah, because he was in Seoul in '88. Okay.
So I didn't see him as much as I should have seen him. I'm gonna go with Aaron Pryor. Let's see. Yeah.
Hey, the best fighter to ever live though, Jack Jenkins.
Who?
Jack Jenkins is the best fighter to ever live, bro.
I don't know who the hell that is.
You ain't never seen Harlem Nights?
Oh. I ain't seen that shit in so long. I only watched it one time. Can you believe that?
What?
Yeah.
You can't talk about black. You can no longer speak on black issues anymore, friend, until you see that movie.
I have no problem. Matter of fact, I'll be like every other black person, just talk about white issues. You know what I mean? The white man did this. How about we do that? Right, Dr. Fuck?
Well, hey, you know what? Now that you bring it up,
you was waiting on that.
Now that you mention it.
Yeah, now that you mention it.
Fred, God damn, Fred.
But look, you know what? I was dead asleep, man. And I woke up and saw you were on.
Thank you.
You're starting later. You're starting later now, right?
No, 7:30 still. I just went to a basketball game earlier. High school basketball.
Oh, okay. Two things, man. First positive thing. I saw the clip with you and your son when I think you guys went play basketball or something.
Yeah, he's doing basketball.
You guys are doing something. Great clip, man. I mean, that's super encouraging, you know. So right there. But then I also saw the clip that you had last night.
What I do last night?
You're talking about the three young men that got
that's heart
murdered
wrenching
out
for
in
me,
Virginia.
man. That's heart wrenching for me. Almost
Yeah,
cried
that was
when I was watching the show.
I think you were spot on in regards to I think the media's covering it a little bit more now because people are asking the question,
And that
why
shit
did
should
we
be the
not?
biggest story in
Yeah,
sport.
yeah. And I think, you know, in regards to how Black people see it and are making an issue of it, I think that you have a point there as well. You know, it seems like we want to make an issue of other things, but we don't really make an issue of how we treat one another and how we view one another. We don't make an issue of that. We don't call that to the carpet when it's not right. And that's a huge problem. That's the biggest problem that we face right now, if you ask me.
Right.
Not how others treat us, but how we treat one another. It's kind of hard to critique that, how someone else treats you when you don't even treat yourself right. But because you teach people how to treat you,
Right.
basically. So if you don't treat yourself right, it's going to be kind of difficult for other people to treat you right. Having said that, now this is what I'm gonna get on. This is where I didn't agree with you.
Okay.
You remember when we used to talk about, and you guys always accuse me of this, of comparing, like, I remember when the young man, probably about 6 months ago, 5 or 6, maybe 5 months ago, young man was got stopped by the police, got out and ran, and while he was running.
Yeah, we disagreed on it. Remind me of the situation. He started running and they shot him.
Yeah, they shot him 90. They shot at him 90 times.
90?
90 times.
What?
60 bullets.
No, we ain't disagree on that shit.
60 bullets riddled his body. Well, I mean, the point that we disagree on is when we say, well, what if he was not Black? What if he was Caucasian? How would that? And you would always say, don't make the comparison. Don't make the comparison.
Yeah, I don't make the comparison to white because I don't live in white skin.
Exactly. So this is what I thought when you compared what happened to those three young men, which is, man, it's a tragedy in of itself. It doesn't really have to be compared with anything. But when you compare it to George Floyd's death, in the sense that you were saying it's 300 times more, 300% or 3 times more devastating.
Because it's 3 bodies.
I just think that was a bad comparison, man. And then
did you give us your your top 5 boxes though?
What?
Did you give us your top 5 boxes though?
I didn't really hear what he said.
Your top 5 boxes was your top 5.
Yeah,
what did you say? I can't hear him.
You didn't give us your top 5 boxers yet.
I did give you. Were you listening?
No, you said. Then you said Sugar Ray Robinson. We talking about people that you actually saw.
I said Aaron Pryor was the last one to take his spot. You interrupted me, man. Come on, what are you doing? I mean, we just got done talking. I mean, we talked about that. Obviously, you know, I didn't come on here just for that. I don't give a damn about that.
About what?
I mean, you know, the five boxers, great. You know what I mean? What
It was a segue. It was a segue to get to this. We already.
Yeah. What I'm talking about is the fact that you don't get it, bro. You don't get it. But anyway, what I would say
we
is
talk about
that,
race every night, though, man.
What I would say. No, you guys brought it up. You guys brought it up.
We were talking about boxing. We were talking about the top 5 fighters.
Anyway, man, you know what? Yeah. What I say, bro, is when it's all said and done, I don't think that was the best thing to do in regards to the comparison. Because the George Floyd thing it's horrible in and of itself. it doesn't have to be compared to those three guys getting murdered. I mean, the bottom line is what happened to Floyd, George Floyd was wrong, and it just needs to be left there, and it doesn't have to be minimized or put in comparison to these three young men being murdered like that. Here's the problem right here. I think that what we don't realize is that how we treat one another is very important. It's very important. Those three black men, young men, definitely pillars in their families and communities, like you mentioned. When they were murdered by another young black man like that, I mean, it could have been some psychological issues there, whatever. But what it reminded me of is the spirit of the first murderer ever documented in biblical history. And a lot of these murders that happen between black people are a result of jealousy. Jealousy is a murderous spirit. It's been a murderous spirit from the time of Cain and Abel. That's referenced in the Bible. The first murderer ever recorded in biblical history. That was the purpose of that murder. Jealousy, unbridled, that's been fully developed, leads to murderous spirits. I think a lot of people in the black community are very jealous of those who live right, who've learned how to overcome the system by understanding what the laws, the universal laws of living right, will do for you in spite of the opposition that you have. So they've been successful, even like you, Fred, successful in spite of the things that have happened. Other people who go to work every day, feed their families, love God, love their families, live right, and they still prosper in the midst of all of this. Those, you know, and you don't have to have a lot of money to be successful. Money doesn't make you successful. What makes you successful is when you live right and you're able to do the things that are necessary to take care of your family, and you have God, family, love first and foremost. When that comes in black skin, unfortunately, we have a culture right now that hates you. That's jealous, that hates you out of jealousy. And so, and that's because they don't believe in themselves. They don't think they can do it. They'd rather live life a way that's not going to bring that type of prosperity, not going to bring that type of success. We got to watch how we got to watch how we treat one another, because that's most important. And the fact that black people aren't upset like they would have been, like you mentioned, if it was an interracial thing, that's a serious problem, because those are three young innocent men. They shouldn't be dead right now. But again, I think the source of that is jealousy, and it's something we need to deal with. All right, so my 5 boxers again. I took Ray Robinson out. I put Aaron Pryor in there. I said Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvelous Marvin Hagler. And I didn't put Roy Jones in there. What was the last one I picked? Maybe I do need to pick one more. So Ali, Hagler, Aaron Pryor, Sugar Ray Leonard. I guess I do need to pick one more. Let me think on that one. I picked Floyd. I picked Floyd in this one.
Oh, shit. Oh, this motherfucker just caught. Did y'all see that Arkansas highlight? Oh, he got the dunk of the year. I'm sorry. Damn. Yo, hey, I telling everybody, cut on ESPN. Yeah, Floyd definitely makes top 5. Oh, yeah, my. Y'all got to see that dunk by that Arkansas Razorback, number 2. Whoo. But anyways.
It's on Sports Center.
Yeah, you got to rewind it like 30 seconds if you're about to watch it. And but it's I mean, I just don't like how we emotionally control, how the media just emotionally controls us, man. Because I'm gonna respond the same way for George Floyd that I would. Actually, I would respond more because Trayvon Martin really fucked me up. And this weekend, when when my week is done, I'm really going to sit back and be depressed a little bit about the about the Virginia guys. You know,
Oh yeah.
I was a collegiate athlete. Um, uh, every college in America is vulnerable to things like this. There's no protection. You got 1,000 kids. 50% of them are not from the area. They're from different states, different cities. They don't know the area, and it's just susceptible. They're young, first time on their own. They work study check. $500 feels like $1 million to them. They running around the city. They can get robbed. Invite the wrong person back. So I know how vulnerable college kids are, and the fact that these young men played football. I lived their life 25 years ago, and I have a great deal of empathy for them because I know how
Their
much.
sacrifices.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
100% understand their sacrifices. Thank you for saying that, and I also understand how much potential died Sunday night. You understand, like
Yeah.
my family is coming. I'm having over 100 people at my house this coming next Thursday for
Oh, cool.
Thanksgiving, and imagine, but my family get to see potential realized.
Yes.
And those 3 men would have been pillars in their community, no doubt about it.
No question.
No doubt.
That's the
No doubt.
danger of it. That's the
Uh-huh.
danger of it. The self-hatred that exists within
Mhm.
amongst Black people as a result of jealousy,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
It takes those who have the potential to do well and show better examples, and it puts them at risk. It
Mm.
puts them in danger because it's not that's not something that's an isolated incident. It's rampant. All the murders. I'm not saying that every murder in Chicago on Black people is done by Black people. I just don't believe that. It's too much. All the murder that's happening in these major cities, I don't believe that it's happening by Black people in every single case, but it's happening enough. The vast majority of it is, and I understand that as a result, that's a result of just self-hatred, self-hatred. And so that's a very dangerous, that's something that wasn't around when I'm about 10 years before you. You said
Yeah,
you're 45.
yeah, you 10 years, you 40, you 9 years older than me, right?
I'm 53.
Oh, okay, 8, yeah. Mhm.
Okay. So I would, that's almost a decade before you.
Right.
So the bottom line is I didn't see that growing up. I mean, we fought and everything, but it wasn't this type of hatred, man, where you just, hatred for people who trying to live right. I've never seen that before like it is now. We're in a very dangerous situation as a people. And that needs to change. This jealousy, man, this because a lot of these rappers, they're getting killed because people are jealous of them. Murdered for no reason. That guy that murdered Nipsey, that was jealousy.
Right.
We
Right.
don't realize that this jealous spirit that we have amongst each other is very dangerous. It's a murderous spirit. It's a spirit that brings about, when it's full blown and it's fully mature, it brings about murder.
Mm.
And it really comes out of, there's people who just don't believe in themselves. They don't believe that they can overcome the system. So they hate those who look like them, who actually do survive in it or overcome it. So that's a situation where we got to do better, man. We got to do better. Or if we don't, as I mentioned before, if we don't make that adjustment and make those changes, won't be around in the next couple 100 years. I mean, it's just not going to happen. But I don't think that's in the card for us. I don't think that we'll be completely wiped out as a people, but we cannot say it won't happen, or it doesn't have the possibility of happening when we're killing each other. We cannot say that,
Right.
So sad situation.
Agreed. Definitely sad. Mr. Henderson, you got something on this?
I think it is a sad situation. My wife was just telling me about the the shooting. It's dangerous out here, you know. Just gotta stay woke, always aware. Um, and I don't know about the jealousy spirit. You know, I've never really been a jealous guy, so but I can't tell him he's wrong. You know, but I don't know about the jealousy spirit.
Well,
stay woke though.
Yeah.
One thing for sure, when it's matured, it brings about, it is murderous. It's a murderous spirit. It's been that since the beginning. So, I mean, I think that's what we suffer from, and it's time to just call people on the carpet. I look at it like this: if someone's doing well and they're prospering in life, don't get mad at them. Find out what's going on. What are you doing wrong? What could you do better?
Right.
What can we do better to be better, to have the same results that they have in their lives? Don't get mad at them. If you want what they have or what they've achieved in their life, find out how they got there. Don't get mad at them and hate them because they have certain successes in life, especially if they're living right. Now, if you see someone that's prospering as a result of misusing and murdering other people or doing wrong towards other folks, then that's a hatred for their actions and for the things that they're doing. That's logical. But if they're living right and trying to do the right things and they're prospering as a result of that, why would you hate them? You should say, okay, what are they doing that I'm not doing, and how can I change? Because see, here's the bottom line: is if you don't have the same things that they have, then obviously you're not doing what they're doing. And if you want those things, then you have to do what they do. If you're not willing to do those things, then you don't deserve what they have.
Mr.
Don't get
Fuller.
mad at that. Get mad at yourself.
Mr. Fuller, I'd like to ask you a question.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Is every brother your brother?
What do you mean? Is every brother my brother? Every black person?
Yeah.
Every human being is my brother. Every human being is my brother. But when I talk about black people, I talk about us first and foremost, because we are the most disenfranchised group of people, not only in this country, but on the planet. Why? Because we have a culture of death right now that's destroying us from within. Despite, we don't even have to take into account the external pressures that we have. Just the culture that we have right now, where these murders that are going on between, there's no reason why those 3 young men shouldn't be alive today. No reason. You got to think
they
about
were
that,
black.
man.
They were black men.
The 3 black kids, the young men that were football players. Okay? So did I answer your question?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I only asked it because we were having a conversation on Kyle's platform, and I'll say this: I'm of the mindset that you just got to surround yourself around like-minded individuals, and I think black people got more a issue that should be addressed first, as opposed to the white man. As opposed to the white man. Like I think there should be penalties handed down.
Yeah. What is that issue? What's the issue you're saying? What issue are you talking about? Or are there multiple issues?
Well, I think the biggest issue is probably lack of I guess care for one another, really. You know, like I don't know, man. I just feel like there's less care for one another.
Mm-hmm.
Like even as morals align, like and other cultures, you can be a part of the underworld. You just can't do underworld business in your neighborhood, or you can't do underworld business. You know, like you can't sell drugs within your neighborhood and stuff like that. Like I think if there was a, I think if we cared enough about each other, we could eliminate certain things like gentrification and and I think like that's the biggest issue.
Yeah, we kind of back. I always think because we get mad at gentrification and then we get mad at white flight. Like we just mad at white people all day long, man. You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
damn.
my whole thing is you can't be mad at gentrification.
No,
Like, how could you?
No, but what I'm saying is that's a talking point in politics, you know, gentrification. Oh, they moving in, they raising the property values and this and that. I mean, the fact that we think white people raise our property value is sickening. I think clean communities raise our property values.
Right, exactly.
Assets, you know what I mean? Like, oh,
exactly.
white people moving in, the value going up, huh? Like, so when I move, so when I bought this home and moved, I lowered the property value.
Well, you know, I'm kind of in the process of doing something like that now. I know there's a couple of realtors that I've dealt with to try to even though my property's been assessed at a certain value by the bank.
Mm-hmm.
I've had realtors come in and tell me they've never even seen my property before. They just I mean not physically seen it. They've seen like the post online, things like that.
Right.
The advertisement for sale.
Mm-hmm.
And what they'll say is they'll come in and tell me it's not worth what I'm asking for. They question that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but you know, so I mean there's been proof that, you know, if you are of a certain skin hue, particularly African American,
I've seen
that your house sells for less than what it's actually worth.
I've seen it.
People want to pay less than what it's actually worth. So that does happen.
No, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, they're all. I would suggest sell your house yourself. What is it called? I sold my own house. What is it called? Oh man, home lister. Is it home lister?
Home lister.
Yeah, and is it home lister? I sold my own house. Yeah, I kept at $35,000, $40,000, $50,000. Yeah, let's say home.
I actually had a realtor. Call me. I had a realtor call me today and was had the nerve to call me and then tell me that she probably wouldn't ask for what I'm asking for it. I'm like, well, then you're not the right person to be talking to me then, you know. I asked her, when here's how the conversation went just briefly. She said, I said, well, we haven't talked about how much to charge. And then she said, what, you mean to charge for your home? I said, no, I determine that. I determine what the price of my home is going to be. I'm saying how much your commission is going to be. And she goes, oh, you know, 6%. And I'm like, there's no way in this world or 10 others.
Give you 6%.
Pay you, 6% commission.
Yeah.
On no, there's no way. Anyway, man, I do what you just referenced. That does happen quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I sold my home on Home Lister. It was great. I did my own open house. It took 17 days for me to sell my house.
17 days.
17 days to go in escrow. 17 days to get an escrow. It took 3
Oh,
weekends.
you priced it right.
It took 3 weekends. I kept
you
that
pressed the right.
$50,000. I gave up 2% to the listing, to the one that brought the buyer, and I got what I asked for. You know, um,
What is that, like homelister.com? Is that what that
yeah,
is?
home listed. It costs $595 to sell your house, but you got to do the paperwork though. You got to go get it. You got to go. You got to go to the notary, get everything notarized, and it's work now. Don't get me wrong. Dre was frustrated, you know, because I'm the get shit done guy, and Dre does all the paperwork. You know, she pays all the taxes and shit, and you know, I go fix shit and do shit like that. But it's work. Don't get me wrong, but that work is not $50,000 worth of work. You know, for me, it was like 50, whatever, 120, whatever. It was like $120,000 I was giving up on the deal, or something like that, if I would have retained the agent, you know. So I just paid the other agent 2%. Bring me the person, I give you 2%.
Right.
You know?
There you go.
And so I end up paying 2% on the deal to the agent.
Yeah, they rip you off if you don't. Yeah, okay.
But the beauty of it now is, with all these Redfins and Zillows and Trulias and all these other sites, they gonna come anyway. They gonna come yeah.
Potential buyers.
Yeah, they gonna come anyway. And what I did was I got over asking price because I listed it $100,000 below.
Okay.
Below the market, because I knew I didn't have an agent. And so when the customers come, they say, "Oh, I got to see this house, man. I don't know why. How is this house $100,000 below?" And so I had them come look at it, and so many people came. I had too many people would come, and they end up buying it, you know, and it worked. So I had it $100,000 less than asking price. Well, based off of the comps, you know, and
Right.
they'll come look at it, and they'll override their agent, and they'll come look at it because the agent wants 3%, you know. So
Yeah, they
want 3%. That's no doubt about it. And so I didn't give them 3%, and I gave them 2, so I kept 4. And I tied up my other house. So everything was contingent upon my house selling, and it worked out. So it definitely worked.
Beautiful.
So yeah,
it's good stuff. Yeah,
I mean, it was a nerve-wracking process. I was doing the show, and I ain't gonna lie, it was nerve-wracking, man. You know what I mean? Because I would literally come from a private showing and then come do my show, and you know, it was nerve-wracking. It was. I'm not
so
gonna
you showed the house yourself, as the owner.
Yeah. Homelister.com.
And you let the buyers know that you were the owner?
Yeah, because they know, because they come with the agent, and they know I'm selling the house myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to use a realtor to sell your home. Or the buyer.
Yeah, I don't know why I don't know why. I'm gonna keep it a buck. If you buying a house, I don't know why. I'm not gonna put people out of business, but why would you give up? Why would you retain an agent with all these sites now? Because because you can literally tell the guy, you can make a deal off of that 6%. Hey, I don't have an agent, so you can keep that 3% and give me the house.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So I mean, but I know all the shortcuts. Like, for example, if me and my business partner were buying, if I wanted 2 properties and I didn't know which one I was going to get, I'll tell my business partner, hey, go lock up that property for me. Right. I mean, I play all the games, man, and he locks up that property for me. And if this deal falls through, he falls out of escrow on that property, then I go in escrow on that one. Like, I mean, I play we play all the games with this property shit, you know. And I just gave you guys if you undecided on 2 properties, I just told you how to lock up 2 properties. So but that's
say that again on the 2 properties.
Rewind.
So if so, let's say hypothetically you and your wife approve for a property, right? Whatever. You pre-approve, right? you lock up one property, and then you then you get the other one. Now you got options. You got 3 days to put the money in escrow, right? You can do it that way. And if you don't put the money in escrow, then you got to put 3% in escrow or something like that, or you know what I mean? And then to start the escrow, to get the escrow going, and then you pay the rest after the contingencies are done and all that. But you lock up, but you always have a contingency, and it's based off of inspection. So when you have an inspection contingency, then if you don't like the way it's inspected, then everybody falls out of escrow, and you get your money back in 3 days. So that's what I do. I'll lock up another property. So let's say I have 2 buildings that I want, and they're basically similar, but I just want to know how much it costs in real numbers to get something repaired. And I don't understand the traffic flow. I don't know the tenants real. So I would do my research, but what's up, peoples? I would lock up the 2 properties. So my business partner locks up one. I lock up the other one. And everything has an inspection contingency.
Right. And you can move out of that if you need to.
Hell yeah. I don't want this shit. Nah. So,
right.
So you fall out of inspection. But I mean, it's gonna cost you, it doesn't cost you anything.
Right.
Because you get your 3% back when you fall out of escrow in 72 hours. So that's just another way to lock up 2 properties if you undecided on one, and you got $10,000 to hold the property, and you get it back.
Right.
But make sure the contingencies are in your favor. You don't want to release contingencies because they keep that 3% or whatever. Yeah. So that's what it is, and it happens all the time in the game. But that's just one of the secrets you use. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, Dr. Mike, you still gonna move?
Yeah, I'm gonna be relocating. Yeah. Yep, I'm gonna be relocating.
Sick of them motherfuckers over there, huh?
What was that?
I said, sick of them motherfuckers over there.
Well, you know what, man? The area that I live in, unfortunately, man, sometimes you don't realize this, but like when I retired from the military, I came here, and when I came here, I just saw the way that this particular area of the country, race relations here, they're bad. They're not good.
Yeah. Where are you?
I'm in the Midwest, Kansas. Okay. Race relations here are horrible. Yeah. And then going from the military into corporate America here, it was horrible, man. I will say, the technology of what I do, I'm in love with that, right? What I do for a living, I'm in love with that science. But the relationships, both personal and professional, that I had to deal with in order to do my particular career discipline in this area, it was horrible, man. It was horrible. I mean, I can't really put any other words to it. And I noticed that when I left Virginia to come here, and I just noticed, like, within the first week, that I felt like I took a step 50 years back in time in regards to race relations. Now, in Virginia, I lived in a black neighborhood, and this is, back in the early 2000s, like, early 2000s, where, I had, black businessmen, black nurses, black doctors, black preachers. The whole neighborhood was African Americans, and it was a pretty affluent neighborhood. Everyone was doing well, no issues. You can't find a neighborhood like that in Kansas. So in general, Kansas City, black people are not doing that. I mean, there's people that are doing okay, but there's just a lot of poverty here, and a lot of the wealth gap is huge here, and the way that African Americans are treated in this area, not good, man, not good. So when I visited the area that I'm going to, it was like a breath of fresh air. You know what I mean? Because the way that and it's called the Deep South, but the race relations there are a lot better. It's not like here, man. This is a bad area to move to, especially like when you talk about St. Louis, Columbia, Missouri, Jefferson City, Missouri, Kansas City, all the surrounding little towns here, extremely racist. And not every person that you deal with is that way, but man, it's a lot of that stuff going on here. A lot. I mean, when I first moved here, I was the first, I'm still the only black person that lives out here where I'm at. I had to call the FBI, bro. I had to call the FBI because I had people vandalizing my home. This is in like 2011. I had to bring the FBI in because I had people vandalizing my home just back in 2000. Let me think. When was that? I'm going to say 2020, Christmas time.
Jesus.
Someone shot in the back of my house.
Wow.
I seriously.
Wow.
Shot in the back of my house, man. And the thing is, I've got a surveillance system on my home. So I got it on tape. I got it on tape and called the sheriff's office, of course. And again, they wouldn't respond. I had to call the FBI. Now, did I expect the FBI to do anything about it in regards to, I didn't know whether they would or not, but I wanted to have it on record because here's the thing. If something ever goes down, it's on record that actually did happen. So, yeah, it's real. It's real. It's a real deal, so yeah. So again, like as you said, yeah, I'm kind of glad to be getting away from some of this stuff. Man.
Enjoy that. That's fun.
Yeah.
You about to have, yeah. Hopefully, it's greater success. Now I would say it's my black experience has flip-flopped. For those of you who don't know, I lived in like Ladera Heights and that area, which is the richest black area in America, right? And that's what they say. And I ain't gonna lie, like I've experienced more racism in that area, but I only been here 6 months, so I don't have enough data. But
you mean black on black? Is that what you're saying?
For sure. I mean, niggas, just nigga shit. Like
that's what I'm talking about.
You know what I mean? Like for example, I'm training at the park. It's this old lady who don't want me training at the park because I have a trainer. She's calling the police. The police come say we can't train. What type of shit is this? Yeah. Everybody at the park owns $1 million house, minimum $1 million. I mean, I don't think you can get in the neighborhood for $1 million now, but let's say 1.5 million. You know what I mean? Everybody is about something. If you got people working out there 9 a.m. in the morning, 10 a.m. in the morning, they obviously have some level of time where they work nights, but it's a real strong community. And just a little subtle shit like that, man. You can't do this, and it's
And I think that's more of a problem. If you ask me, I think what you just referenced is more of a problem than what I experienced. Someone shooting in the back of my, because I know, I live in this neighborhood. There's no black people out here. So I know, in fact, I'm pretty sure I know who did it. You know what I mean? Who shot in the back of my house, but I can't prove it. Right. So, okay. But anyway, the point is, I think that what you referenced is worse than my situation. You know what I mean? Because
I think bullets are worse. No, bullets are worse.
I think it's actually worse because when you have that hatred, when you have that hatred coming from within your own community, your own people.
I mean, it's just
then that's irrational in a sense. That's a psychosis, man.
Right.
Right. We already know the race relations in certain parts of this country are horrible. We already know that.
Mhm.
And it's been that way for centuries. It's not
Right.
anything new. It's been that way for centuries. So that's almost expected.
Right.
That's par for the course.
Mhm.
Right. But this level of self-hatred that we're experiencing within our own communities, within our own between Black people in this country, this is something I've never seen before in my lifetime.
I think social media has made people paid it more attention, and two, people are going to emulate what they see, you know, and that's why I'm so intentional on dedicating much of my Instagram to fatherhood and family, you know,
Right.
because I know that what you see is what people do, is what people emulate. So I want people to think it's cool to be a father, you know.
Oh, definitely.
You know, and
Huh.
because people promote like street culture, and like street culture is supposed to be cool, but
No.
actually street culture sets us back. But if you look at our films when we were kids, it was street culture that dominated. You know, from Boys in the Hood was probably one of the first films that I can recall that it was like a big film. Like they had the police at the premieres in every major city. I was in New York when that film came out. It was a summer, I remember, and I just remember the idea, or the other one, Colors. You know, I'm from LA, so that was a big film out here. And I just remember like the negative tone, the negative feel, you know,
From those videos, from those movies, right?
like
From the movies?
the marketing and how it made the community feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the energy in the community.
Mm-hmm.
So,
what was negative about it? I mean, I don't understand what you're trying to say there.
It promoted gang culture.
Oh, you said it was promoting gang culture.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Sure.
All right.
You know, but I have a white neighbor and a Latino neighbor. So, and I haven't seen too many Black people in my area. I haven't seen too many. Actually, I haven't seen not one on my block. I think I'm the only one on this block. I gotta ask Dre. I spend more time in my house than anything, but I haven't met, because my schedule is so not normal. So I haven't seen I haven't seen all my neighbors yet.
So. Right. Yeah.
So
yeah.
But it's but the numbers is definitely different. I would say make sure everybody's working on your street. Like, get people that work. You know, their little ass son ain't staying there smoking weed all day, and you know, I mean, you want to be around people that got jobs, working, entrepreneurs, got 2 or 3 kids, and you know, you see a USC flag, a UCLA flag, an American flag, you know, shit like that. You know, you want to see that on their porch. It gives you an indication that, okay, you know, college educated, you know, they got a couple kids, you know, one is probably a school teacher, the other one probably in Wall Street, you know, you just make assumptions, you know, so.
Right.
So.
Right.
But yeah. Boys in the Hood didn't promote gang culture?
I thought, you know, I think a certain point of it, the way I view that, I know when I looked at Boys in the Hood, man, when I got done watching that, the messages in that, I was saddened by the movie, because I looked at how much death, you know, it hit me in a sense when they, at the end, they showed that young innocent brother being murdered. And then he going out and revenging his brother's death. And at the end of that, it just brought a sense of sadness over me. What was going on, you know? So I almost looked at it more of like a documentary, or like telling a story of what's going on, instead of promoting it. Like what we see now is promoting death, without question. You listen to some of this rap music, man, and you take the music away and listen to what these dudes are talking about, man, that's a death culture, bro.
Right.
That's death culture, straight death. Take the music out of it and just listen to what they're saying.
Jesus. I
It's
couldn't agree with you
ridiculous,
more.
man. I mean, I've never seen anything like it before in my lifetime. And I just think that we're in a dangerous situation. But if you're a Bible person, I'm not a super religious person, but I read the Bible and I've read some of it before, like Revelations. And it talks about 2/3 of us going to perish. Right here. It's prophesied. And I don't think that's going to be by the hands of exterior folks. It's going to be from within. We're destroying one another. This hatred thing that we have for one another, it's got to stop. The disrespect got to stop. It's got to. If it doesn't, we're going to perish right here. And the folks who really don't want to see Black people survive. And that's not all. I know some very good white people, a lot of very good white people that do good things, that want to do good things. They don't like this foolishness. They don't, but we bought into it. And we've taken that on as our own to hate one another and to mistreat and to end one another's lives. And because of that, you can't stop self-destruction, bro. You can stop someone else from destroying you, but you cannot continue to exist when you're destroying yourself. I mean, and that's what's happening from within with our community. If we don't stop doing this, and I think it all comes from a spirit of jealousy. That's what I think.
Damn.
A murderous spirit of jealousy. We have a psychosis and a spiritual problem that if we don't solve this, we're in trouble.
You want to give your closing remarks, Doc?
That was it.
Oh, perfect.
All right.
Hey, by the way, did you like the roast that we had on you the other day? Did you watch that show? Or did you
I
miss it?
didn't. Yeah, I saw part of it. You guys were clowning me. But that's okay. It's all good.
All right, it's all
It's
good.
all
All
good.
right. Appreciate you. All right. Thank you, dog. Hey, what's up, Mr. Henderson? Final words, man. We'll be back tomorrow, 7:30. What's up, Mr. Henderson?
Man. Shout out to the barbershop.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to the panel. That's it, man. I'll be in here tomorrow.
Nah, thank you, dog. You falling asleep, dog. What's up, Kyle? What's up, Kyle? You about to go live at 11. That's why I saw 11 o'clock. I'm like, God, Kyle about to go live.
Yeah, no, I'm going live at 2 a.m. tonight. You know, I'm at work. It's Wednesday, so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going live later on. Unless one of the homies call me and tell me they can do it, hold it down until I'm off. You know, that's the situation.
Well, I appreciate you guys coming through, man. Appreciate you, Kyle, man. Go be safe, man. Appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, all that shit we watch as a little kid, man. Godfather, what's that shit called? Man, all them fucking movies were terrible. King of New York, Boys in the Hood, Colors, Godfather, all that shit terrible. All that shit. Hoodlum, Sugar Hill, all that. Throw all that shit away. You know what I mean? You know, so throw it all away, you know. Yeah, so appreciate y'all. Hey, KB, I appreciate you. I appreciate you and DJ, man, making a contribution, man. Thank you, dog. Appreciate y'all. Birdman came in a little late, man. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, Scarface, throw all that shit away. I don't even watch that shit, man. I mean, I know the movies because I was a kid and I grew up on that shit, but Lincoln ain't gonna know none of that shit. Lincoln and Kennedy ain't gonna know none of that shit. Hell no. I'll never watch the movies in my house. Never. I don't think I'll ever watch them in my house. Because the devil is alive. I've never watched them in my house. I'm just going off sheer memory. What you do, hey. Some things you gotta do, hey. Boys in the Hood was shot in my old neighborhood. So I know where all the scenes are shot. Many of the scenes. So stuff. What's your persistence? Thank you guys for hanging out. I know we started a little late tonight. Thank you, man. I'm glad we got off that Sean Porter shit. I really didn't want to talk about it. I thought y'all did, but I'm glad I didn't want to talk about the shit. But I am interested in this Donald Trump shit, though. I'm very interested in that. And I want to free us. I want to free us from the Democratic Party. I want to help us free ourselves. Take the shackles off. You know, take them off. Take the shackles off. Be free. Vote Democrat, Libertarian. What else we got? Historian, Democrat, Green Party.
People Hernandez.
Yeah, man. Vote for whoever you want to vote for. Don't feel like you committing a sin if you don't vote Democrat. So, yeah, man. Hey, make sure y'all go see that dunk by that kid from Arkansas. Shit was crazy. I mean, crazy. Crazy. Jameis Winston is on the bench. Andy Dalton done took his spot. Boy, Ezekiel Elliott body falling apart, man. He got nose piercings. He got 3 nose piercings. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. He don't love football. He got 3 nose piercings. Man, get the fuck out of here. Men, we're spending too much time in the mirror. What, Drop Dead? What'd you say? Men, we're spending too much time in the mirror. They got 3 nose piercings. A professional football player with 3 nose piercings. You don't love football. I gotta make a. Oh, yeah. When you said about Diaz, right? I caught that. Yeah. I gotta go check out Cash Flow Diaz. I gotta look at his box rec. I will. Appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Good night, Kyle.